Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Bingu Choom and K-pop tunes. I'm Choom, also known as Reina.
And I'm Bingu, also known as Lacey, and we're here today.
Woo!
It's another month, so you know what that means. We're reviewing music videos.
From May.
And hopefully by the next month, we'll actually react to
Yeah,
some.
that's the plan. Knock on wood that Lacey's laptop comes and Apple finally gives it to her. But better work. That's all I gotta say. Because we want to be able, by, like she said, next month, react to, not just like react to the music videos, but we often rewatch them as we're doing these reviews. So it would be interesting. Because sometimes Lacey watches them for the first time. I don't. But it would still be interesting to see and be able to show you certain parts and talk about those certain parts.
Mm-hmm.
That's the plan. We'll see if it happens. But for now, we're going to go over the releases from May that we chose and some K-pop news as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I guess we're just gonna follow the list.
That's what we've been doing.
Lists are good.
Lists are good. They help organize things.
And I don't know how to say this group.
I think it's Le Sserafim. Don't quote me on that, but this is the debut of Hybe. I think that's what they go by now. Hybe's new girl group,
And
Le
they have
Sserafim.
73 million views.
They do, but I mean it's Hybe. It's BTS's label, so this makes sense. And it's like their main label. It's not one of their subsidiaries. Like they bought Pledis, for example, so now Pledis is owned by Hybe. It's actually
Mm-hmm.
Hybe is like BTS, TXT, and now Le Sserafim are their groups. So that's probably why they got such a big viewing
Mm-hmm.
upon their debut, because everybody was like, girl group from BTS's company. That's my guess.
So did you like the song?
At first, I didn't, but it's grown on me.
Mm-hmm.
It's catchy to the point where it gets like in your head, and I feel like it has to do with that kind of like tutting sound in the background.
Yeah, that's probably why it's getting catchier.
It gets catchy and it gets stuck in my head, and sometimes I just randomly like have it in my head and I'm like, oh, I need to go listen to it. I wouldn't say it's a bad song. It was definitely a strong debut, I think, for a girl group, but it wasn't like I said, I didn't like it at first, so I was just kind of like, oh, okay, why are they getting so much attention? But
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't like it's grown on me, and I like it, and they are all really pretty. They have really great visuals. I don't know. It's one of those songs where I like it just because it's catchy. I don't know. I don't have any specific feeling about it in particular, except for the fact that it's catchy. And it actually, I don't know if you ever went and listened to Simon's from Dalmatians girl group that he helped produce for.
Mm-hmm.
But the song, as soon as it started, reminded me of the song that Simon's girl group, which I don't even remember the name of them at this current time. It sounded exactly like that song though when it first started, and I was like, oh no, like all of these girl groups are gonna get backlash. But going through the comments of Le Seraphim's video and then going back to Simon's group, it looks like nobody but me realized the kind the kind of like it's not the same. Yeah,
Similarities.
there is some similarities, but it's different enough that somebody would listen to it and probably not think that anyway. I just kind of was the beat of it. I was like, huh, this really sounds familiar. And then when I went back and listened, I was like, oh no, it's different enough that it's
Oh, that's
not.
why.
So
That's why it sounds familiar.
yeah, it sounds familiar, but it's different enough that it's not the same exact thing. So I was going through the
Mm-hmm.
comments and I was like, oh, thankfully neither of them are getting like hate for this. I'm glad I'm the only one that realized it, because I would have been upset for both girl groups.
Mm-hmm.
I hate when people do that.
I think like opening this, I haven't watched enough like recent music videos where new groups come out, but I just like had the thought of where maybe it's just for this group, but when you come out with a group, this isn't really a music video I would want.
Yeah.
I think it's very, for it to be the hype label, and considering how BTS first came out with their video and just how like this one is, maybe it's just a different time. But I wasn't wowed, and that got me thinking too. Well, how did other groups like debut? Like how were their first videos? And I remember always being like, "Oh, yo, this is like totally different. I've never seen this before."
I think that's
With the groups.
changed over the years
Yeah.
a lot though, because a lot of newer groups now when they debut, they focus really on like very simple
I guess
backgrounds
like
and
really
like
the
just
talent.
yeah, just the choreography really. There were quite a few camera angles and like motions in
Oh no, I liked that. It
this
was
that I
just
really liked, and the
mhm.
choreography, I liked it at certain parts. There was just some of it with the camera angle too in the music video that I thought
Mhm.
came across really well. But I will agree with the fact that like for a debut music video, I don't think there was anything
I wouldn't.
great about it. Like it was very plain.
It is very plain, but
But they are all gorgeous,
they're
so
very
that I
pretty. The
guess
dance was
that
really
I guess
nice.
made up for it.
That was just like a random thought I had, and I was like, is that just not a thing anymore? Like, I mean, I'm sure it is still a thing, but not as often as what it used to be, and
Yeah.
it kind of made me sad. But I thought the song was okay. I wasn't really. I get what beats. I get why it grows on you. I get why the song would grow on you because the bump, 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 bump. That
Yeah.
is very catchy, and that whole like aspect of the song is it's really good. And if I imagine myself like somewhere down the line being like, I really feel like listening to that song. There's a song I really feel like listening to, and it's Fearless. That's what that is. You had comments about, I guess, what it
Yeah,
news
so
or gossip.
yes. So they literally, since debut, have been trending for one reason or another. At first, they were trending because they were receiving backlash for certain portions of the dance in the music video around, I believe, I've got it open. It's around like the 2 minute ish mark where they're kind of like on the floor.
They cut
People
that
were
out.
saying they cut it out.
I mean, you don't see that.
I'm literally watching the music video right now.
Where they're like beating onto the floor.
Yeah.
They don't show the whole body except for like the last part.
No, nothing has changed.
No, but
They didn't change.
I'm
Yeah,
saying
but
like you barely see it.
yeah, but nothing about it has changed. Like that's the same. They didn't cut anything out or
Oh
edit it.
yeah, that was
But
like the
they were
part where I was like, I guess this is what they're talking about.
yeah, no, it was what they were talking about, and that is the original. Nothing was changed about it. It's just all of these girls are underage, and so a lot of people were like, "This is way too provocative for girls like this."
I mean, they literally cut out the lower half for the entire dance part for that.
Yeah, I mean, and it's not even on the live stage either. Like, I didn't see an issue. I
I
guess
didn't.
it's just awkward to watch for some people
I get why
if
people
they're
are like that's provocative, but like
it's also just
you didn't
dance.
even see it,
Yeah.
and they're not
To
even
me,
doing
it's
it at the perform like the at the stages. So
yeah. I feel like if they were doing it during the live stages,
that's when
it'd
I'd be
be
like,
a lot, yeah, a lot different, but I don't know. Looking at it, I'm just like, eh, and then I think a lot of it too for me is like Girls' Day. Do you remember when they got their backlash for
mhm.
which song was it?
It's just I think it's silly because if y'all want to play that card, then literally look at all the boy groups. Like
Yeah.
do
Yeah,
that
no, it definitely
because I'm sure there's
it
plenty of things you would quote unquote find provocative that they do, and
but nobody cares
but
because they're a
nobody
boy
says
group.
anything.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I just thought it was interesting because, like you said, it got cut off, or like they didn't go back and edit it, but it was cut off. So it was just one of those things where I was like, people are looking a little too much
Yeah.
into this. But the second thing that they have been trending for is one of their members, Lee Garam, no, Kim Garam, has a bullying allegation against her with quite a bit of strong evidence, and it came out before her debut. So once they released her teaser, the victim was like,
Wow.
why is she debuting? And tried to bring it to the attention
Mm-hmm.
of Hybe, and they kind of just were like, no, false allegations. And since her debut, the allegations have just been getting
More, like,
stronger.
stronger.
Yeah, stronger, more evidence. There was a statement from the school. They had like a school board meeting, and I guess in Korea they have different levels for different offenses, and she got like a level 7, like literally had to transfer schools. And people are still like, no, she's innocent. And I'm like,
Y'all would.
look, I get that there was a, I don't want to call it a trend, but what, 2 summers ago, everybody was coming forward with all these school bullying allegations, and a lot of them were false. And that was a weird thing that just kept like happening back to back to back to different idols. But this has so much evidence, and even a school committee like board meeting
Mm-hmm.
with the minutes and the notes and everything, that I'm just like,
That's
okay,
serious.
yeah, this is really serious. And Hybe like
Why would
released
you?
a statement saying that this is actually what happened. This is
Mm-mm.
Garam's version of the story.
It would be her
But
version.
yeah, but that's the thing. Like, it would be her version. Of course, she would
Why
try and
would
tell like a different side of the
you
story.
do that? Why would you? I I'm
It's
not here for bullying and for a label to just be like, she's innocent and she didn't do anything wrong and this is her side of the story. Ignore what the committee said, ignore the evidence. She is cleared. That's not, and then you have people like, she's fine, nothing, she didn't do anything wrong, and that makes you look terrible as a company. You ignored that when you just put her onto the group, because
yeah,
I know y'all saw that in
yeah.
paperwork or anything.
Like,
Just
they released a statement, but the statement was basically denying the bullying rumors. And then when she debuted, there was a document, I think, that surfaced on online communities that was the official record of the school violence community, which involved her. And then the victim's statement and like her story went out. And then I think the victim got a legal representative not long after her debut, because Hybe slash Source wasn't doing anything about it. And basically they were like, the statement is very one-sided, we'll review and like look over it. And they stayed silent for a good portion of it, which I get, because if they were trying to collect the correct evidence and actually put out a statement that's like valid, they want to stay silent. But at the same time, it took them so long to say like, hey, we're looking into it, for anybody to believe them. Like, it just got dragged on for so long that at that point nobody believed them, because they didn't even come out and say like, hey, we're looking into these allegations. They just were kind of like, they denied it. Like, that's what they did at first. They
that's literally
released a
what they
statement
did.
denying it, and instead of saying like, hey, we are looking into this, and if they're trying to get in contact with obviously all the school committee, all the people involved, I understand that takes a while, but to deny it and then come back and say like, we're looking into it,
Y'all could
that
have even
just
lied and be
seemed
like, she's
backwards.
changed and she has reflected on her past self and she apologizes from the depths of her heart. Listen, regardless, she's going through it right now. I
Yeah.
know she's probably like,
Well, she's on temporary hiatus now, and
yeah.
as of, I think, the end of May, there's speculation from the representatives of both sides that they're going to discuss the incident and attempt to resolve the matter privately now. I think that's the last thing I read. But it's just one of
Mm,
those things where I feel like it dragged out too long. Like, as soon as these allegations started, instead of saying, no, it didn't happen, they should have been like, hey, we'll look into this. And they kind of did everything backwards. So now the public opinion of her, they kind of, as a company, I feel like they fucked it up for her,
I mean,
because they did everything out of order.
I just don't have sympathy. So,
I don't either.
like, I wouldn't be surprised if she left because that's gonna end up making the group look bad too, or
Yeah.
even be concerned with the group. Like, it's not gonna look good for her, and if they keep her, that's a lot
Well,
of pressure
they,
on her.
as of May 25th, they have stated that they don't have any plans to remove her from the group at all.
Good luck, girl. You're gonna get. I don't know. I will look at you sideways until I feel
I
like
kind of, yeah, I just,
I can't. I
I,
can't do that because
I can't either.
they're pretty young. So it's not like you like. How old is she?
She was born in 2005.
Born after 2000. That's crazy.
She's 17, 16, 17.
Oh, yeah, that wasn't long ago.
Mm-mm.
So like,
Because it was a middle school committee. It wasn't even high school. It was middle school. And
I don't
they're
know.
like part of the story is like a brick was thrown or something. Like it's like
Pretty. I
violent,
mean, it's pretty violent if it's level
violent.
7. If like 7 out of 10, it's pretty. That's pretty extreme. And oh, it's just middle school. I don't know. Like,
That yeah, I was reading some of it and I don't know if it was level 7 out of 10 or like a level 5, but it was like a really high level and it
that's
only goes to a certain level.
yeah.
But for middle school, I was like, this is really intense bullying for middle school. I don't know how somebody could make up a story. Like, there were allegations that came out in what was it? I think 2019, 2020 is when we had the back to back bullying allegations.
Hmm.
There were some that definitely you could tell, like, not enough evidence here. This seems like somebody just, like, kind of made
Yeah,
this up.
like he said, she
This
said, and
has,
no
yeah, this has
documentation.
so much detail though, and the documentation that I'm just like, how could anybody
Yeah.
have made up such a detailed incident such as this?
Regardless whether she stays or not, that's gonna stick with her for a very long time.
It
And
is. And the group as well, which sucks for the other
it
girls.
sucks for the other girls, but I don't feel sorry if that sticks for you for that long. I hope that really does change you as a person and you've learned that you cannot run. I don't know. Like, I just want to know if you really. We'll never know. This is the thing. We'll never know if they're like sincerely sorry or what. But I
Yeah.
really do hope that's just changed your outlook on how you treat others. Because you see how just like terrible it's making you look, and how you just finally became an idol, and these allegations just like you couldn't run away from that.
And I think that's what some people that have actually been proven for bullying think, that becoming an idol, I guess they have the mindset of like, if you become a celebrity, you're above these past allegations, they're not
Mm.
gonna come after you because of that. But I think it has the complete opposite
Yeah,
effect.
like why would you want to be an idol so people are gonna look you up
Yeah.
and you're gonna find out extremely quickly, like very fast, just as you can see. I mean, okay, I don't know. It just makes I'm not gonna look any different at that unless I guess we just see it. But that's not. I don't have any words for that. Like, I wonder how the members feel too. Are you gonna end up being bullied because of that? Like, not even the ways that are physically like being bullied, like being ignored from
Yeah.
your group and stuff, or not even being trusted because of that. Like, will that happen to you? I don't know. I don't know how the other girls are.
I don't either. It's too early to tell too, because I
Yeah, it's
know
just
it makes,
speculations.
yeah, and I mean, like, look at what happened to Tiara and all of the drama with them and their treatment as members of each other.
And
Like,
like,
was that gonna
yeah.
happen to these girls or?
Mm-hmm. And we can only speak to how we would react to that.
Yeah,
I mean, if I was in that group, I'd be very awkward, and I don't think I would trust her. Like, that
I think I
sucks.
agree. Yeah, and I just I feel bad for the girls that
Yeah.
the rest of them, like, this, it's not just reflecting on her, it's reflecting on them as well.
Hmm.
And like their group is trending for wrong reasons, and I feel like they had a first and second win already. Did they even get to enjoy it because of everything that was going on?
Maybe I can't even speak on anybody. I would be happy. I'm not the bully. I'm happy for my win. Like,
Yeah, but like, how much did they get to actually celebrate it? Because I don't know, it's kind of like one of those things that's bittersweet.
maybe
Like, yeah,
she's
I'd be
home.
happy,
Maybe
but
she went home.
don't know.
I don't know.
We can move on though.
We talked about them so long. It's just really like it's not interesting. It is interesting because like I'm very shocked by Hive Label. Like I'm just very shocked that they went through the process of just putting her on anyway when I feel like
Well,
they knew for a fact that she was a bully.
that's why I said that I feel like they kind of, whether it's true, not true, whatever, I feel like they kind of screwed her over in the fact that they, like I said, did everything out of order. They denied it and then they came back and they were like, "Oh, we're looking into it." Like, why they
Like
just
you knew that
they
pre-debut. I don't care.
they dragged things out for so long that I would have
So,
from Hybe expected better.
exactly. I know y'all knew since pre-debut. You knew about that. And No one's gonna find out. It's gonna be fine. No one's gonna find out. You're gonna be part of the group. It's gonna be cool.
But that's not the case.
That's not how it works. Anyway,
moving on to another Hybe comeback, though. TXT had their comeback.
I make them good boys go bad, or whatever.
Yeah, that is definitely not it.
I know.
I was just gonna say we just jumped back to what, like 2007 or 10 or something there.
Yeah, that's really old.
That is really old. Yeah, I liked this song and this music video. This song was very catchy for me, but it also had like the rock flair that I thought was really good, and it just like all tied together really well. It was a kind of rock for K-pop. I feel like sometimes it feels out of place, but this kind of felt more authentic and real and went with the song. And then I was definitely a fan of, music video wise, the way they kind of, I didn't watch the show Pretty Little Liars, but they did some like imagery towards Pretty Little Liars, like looking into the grave and stuff, and I was
sense.
like,
Okay.
I was like, oh, this is really cool. So I got a kick out of that.
I like the music video too, but now that you said it's Pretty Little Liars.
Yeah.
Well, very much that. I really liked how he sunk into the trash, and it was a grave. And
yeah.
And I was like, that was really cool to me.
It was.
Like the dark concept of the video and the garden phone booth.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
The visuals, yeah, the dark with the flowers and everything, the visuals were just really nice. And then I was a big fan of the choreography, but also Yeonjun's part where he like whispers before it really hits into the chorus. I thought that was a very dynamic aspect of the song that was really enjoyable as well.
I like it a lot. When you guys put suits on men and then you give them gloves, I'm just like, yes.
And then you give them gloves.
Like, it makes them look even more, it gives Mafia.
It does give Mafia.
It gives Mafia / literally bad boy. Like, spoiled brat bad boy.
Yeah.
And I think that just really encapsulates the title of the song. They were good boys and they've gone bad. Good looking out.
Good looking out. And they went bad. I don't know if you probably don't look up lyrics, but I was curious, and they went bad because the girl wronged them in their love as well. So they're
burying their good selves.
Yes, they're burying their good selves and saying goodbye to their good boy because love wronged them, and that's why you get that like flash of the white scene for a little bit. That's them saying like their final goodbye and that's why they're crying. Yeah, right. It's really deep.
It's not crazy. I'm being dramatic. It's not that deep, but it really like.
It's really cool that they did.
It's just nice when you have the team read through the lyrics and understand what the song is about, and they actually implement it into the music video.
Yes,
that's good.
I agree. It has like a plot line kind of. It's one of those music
like
videos.
You're reaffirming the lyrics.
Yeah, and it's one of those music videos too that like you can follow, and like we've talked about where we miss music videos that have plot lines. Like we don't need a whole freaking story in it. That's not what we're talking about.
All we needed was the symbolization of
like being this
buried and their good selves being buried and them being the bad boys. That's all we needed.
Yeah, like this has a storyline, has a plot. It follows it great, follows the lyrics.
We don't ask for a lot.
No, but it was really fun to watch because even if you didn't know the lyrics, as you're watching, you can kind of just good boy gone bad listening to that one line and watching what's happening in the music video. You can definitely tell like what's going on. And I think it was just fun to watch it. I liked the Pretty Little Liars symbolism, but I liked how it tied into the lyrics. It was just a fun music video, and then of course they look great in the dark clothing.
Yeah, they did.
I was a fan of not the suits, but just the dark jeans and t-shirts, and Yeonjun with his cap that like went below his eyes.
It's always the cap. Like that's y'all be looking so cool,
right?
When you hide your whole face.
When you hide your face, and it was even better in this instance because Yeonjun was hiding his face, and then he like would lean either forward or away from the camera, and he would do that whisper rap or the whisper line before it went into the chorus, and I was just like,
Like, ugh.
It was very like
I want
I was like, that was it.
yeah. Just give me a cap and it's over. It's for them. It's over for like that's what they think, not me. I'm just like, oh, I hope I look that cool. But yeah, it was good.
It was a good song.
It's not a bad song. It's very much a you song.
Yes, it's very.
I think a lot of the list is like, yeah, Raina likes this song.
I there were some that I tried. I try and be dynamic. Like
I
the
know.
next song on
I'm
the
not
list.
saying you don't.
I also go off of like what's popular too. Like
And
this
that's
is a
valid.
popular song to
Because
discuss.
why we always do, here's a group that you've never heard of, and we're talking about it. We can't do that like
every episode.
Because no one would listen.
Yep, nope. This was very much a me song though, especially with the rock aspect of it. But I was hoping by putting it on the list that you would at least like the music video.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad that you did like it and enjoyed some of the symbolism of
That's
it.
the thing. If I don't like the song, I'm gonna at least like the video.
The video, the visuals, yeah.
So either way, we both win.
This
we
was
both
a win.
Except for we haven't gotten there yet. But you'll know. You don't know either. We've never even talked about these videos yet.
Yeah, right.
It's going to be a surprise for you as well, I guess.
Shall we move on to the next one on the list?
Yezzy?
Yes. So I don't know if you remember, but actually, I don't even remember. I forgot the name of the group. Fiestar?
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember? Yeah, this was the main rapper of the group. A lot of stuff happened with them, though, and they are disbanded now, and Yezzy is tried to go solo. I wouldn't say it's not been a success, but I feel like I can tell that she's definitely struggling with like getting her footing under her as a soloist. But she was like on Unpretty Rap Star and she was pretty popular, and Jeremy likes her, so that's why this is on the list, because Jeremy was like, did you know she had a comeback? And I was like, what? No.
This is what I watched after our last recording.
Oh, nice. That was fast then.
Yeah. It was one of the videos where I immediately watched it after we hung up because I was like, I don't want to forget. But I don't hate the song.
I don't either. I actually, of a lot of the solo stuff that she's put out, I like this a lot.
It's actually really good.
It is really good. And like the music video is low budget, but she looks gorgeous. She looks amazing. I almost didn't recognize her. I was just like, are you the same person? But it's also probably helped that she's been away from like the major spotlight for a while. So I'm hoping with this song, because I felt like maybe with this, she kind of found what she was going towards. So maybe things will start to like shoot up again for her. But around the like 1 minute mark where it really gets into the chorus, that was the part where I was like, I really like this.
And she does look different compared to
she looks totally different.
Rap Star. She looks completely different. That's crazy.
Yeah, she does. I was watching this music video and I was like, is this really the same?
Because you said Yezzy, I was like, well, I obviously know who that is, but she does not look.
She looks
familiar to me.
No, she looks so different. I don't know what it is. She just looks so different, though.
I mean, she got rid of like the big hair. She doesn't do heavy eyeliner.
Yeah.
I don't think she does.
No, I think her makeup was a lot more subtle, so that probably just helped her face like a lot, because she used to do the very strong cat.
And honestly,
eyeliner.
It looks like she lost weight.
Yeah,
she was already skinny.
Yeah, but it looks like she did lose a lot more weight. She looks great though. Like we're neither of us are saying anything. It's just like I said, started watching this and I was just like, is this really Yezzy? Like, I don't really know if this is her.
I wish she had the budget for a better video. Like, I like the concept of it, but if they had the budget to really expand on it would have been really fucking cool. Like, yeah. It's giving Yamazaki.
Yeah. And, like, the visuals of the music video is obviously, yeah, it is, but, like, it's pretty. But imagine if she had the budget, it could have been just, like, gorgeous.
Yeah. It would have been really cool. But I like it. I'm proud of her.
I
Like,
am too. And I like it as well. And then, like I
oh,
said, around the 1 minute mark where it like really picks up, that's when I'm like, oh, I like the song. Cause at first I wasn't sure. And then towards the end of the song, I was like, there's a part towards the end that I was just like, this is it. I could replay this part just over and over
I'm
again.
trying to, like, the last minute or the last few seconds. Yeah, she does go hard there. I think that, I don't know what I'm seeing on this YouTube chart that keeps popping up. I guess it's like the viewer.
The most played portions, they started a thing
I
where
mean,
it's
it
like
definitely shows that a lot of people liked that
the end as
that
well.
last
Yeah.
half of the song. But I think she did a good job, and I hope that she doesn't feel discouraged to, like, I hope she just keeps going.
I think that's one thing that I've liked about her and seeing her and like not really expecting a comeback from her, but it's still happening is the fact that it doesn't seem like things have been coming out slower, but it doesn't seem like she's given up, which is
Mm-hmm.
really nice to see.
Yeah, she's
So
doing good.
I hope she does keep continuing. I just, like I said, I started watching this and I was like, whoa. And I do think a lot of it is a mix of her losing weight. Her makeup isn't as heavy anymore. So it makes her face, like, it accentuates her face a lot differently.
Mm-hmm.
But the song was really good. I just wish that the budget had been better because it could have been so much more.
What can you do?
I know.
Let's just hope it hits. I don't know. Whenever I see artists like that, I want them to get at least 1 million views. But
Same.
hopefully, more and more people end up talking about her. All we can do is hope for the best. We can still put out. Like, I'll listen.
Same. Yes. Are you ready to move on to the next song? I lost my voice.
Bi.
Yeah!
Bits.
Bitsu, bitsu,
BCBT.
bitsu, bitsu.
Okay.
So Lacey and I like argued about this song quite a bit when it first came out because I was like, "You're not
We did
listening."
argue. I was like, what are you talking
Yeah.
about?
We were both like, "You're not listening to the right version," not knowing how many versions of this song there were, and so both of us were getting very frustrated with each other because we were like,
She
"No."
was like, Soldier Boy's not in it. I was like, girl, I
As-
just listened to the song. He's right there.
and
What are
I
you
was
saying?
and I was
I
like, "No."
know I know how Soldier Boy talks like I know how he sounds because I had a crush on him in middle school, so I know what he sounds like.
And then meanwhile, I was like, "No, I just listened to the song. He is not in it, Lacey. I
Like,
don't know
I
what
listened to it
you're talking
on
about."
YouTube, and I was like, what are you doing listening to it on YouTube?
Well, because I wanted to give the music video views. What else would I
I
do?
didn't watch the music video yet.
Oh my god. Okay,
It was
so
chaos.
it was chaos, and I'm sure many people have figured it out by now, but the iTunes and Spotify version are not the same as the YouTube version, as we have discovered, and what caused our whole argument. The music video version only features Davida. The Spotify and Apple version feature Soldier Boy's verse with his rap. And
Yeah.
at first, I listened obviously to the YouTube version and I was like, Soldier Boy's not in this. I don't know what I was expecting, but this song is great because I kind of had low expectations with the feature. Whenever you bring it,
Oh god.
it's just whenever you bring in an American feature like that, I'm
Oh no,
like,
that's not why I'm saying oh god, because I was like that was your reaction, and mine was like mine was different. I was like, why?
I just I
I
knew I always whenever they bring in American rappers songs, I'm just like they're gonna have an English version of like their rap, and it's just not gonna make any sense
this
with the
is
rest of the song. And so I had low expectations, even though it was Bi, and I adore him. I just was like, eh. And so when I got to the YouTube, and I was like, oh, he's not even in this. This is great. And then Lacey was like, no, it's different. And I got on Spotify. I was like, I really don't want to listen to this. I don't
yeah.
like it.
So
I'm
like
not
your
gonna
take,
like it.
yeah. So like how you're talking about your take on American rappers being on songs. My hope, and I will always have this hope, is that one day it doesn't matter the rapper to me, is that they will have a rapper get on the track and they're able to rap whatever they want. And I think that's just the issue when it comes to American rappers being featured on the K-pop songs, is that they just can't rap about whatever they want. I feel like they do get censored or limited in what they can say on a track. Has to be more clean.
True.
And another aspect is that I know rappers don't rap to these type of songs. At least the ones that end up being like that have the features on them.
Yeah.
So it's also something that's limiting. And then another aspect for me is just like they want this company, they want the listens. So they're hoping that if they get someone like Soulja Boy, who they think is very big in the States, people will listen.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that's not the case because Soulja Boy, maybe middle school,
Right?
high school, like.
But that's about it.
And yeah, I mean,
for me though, it's not really the fact that like I don't mind the features in the sense that the rappers being able to get on and rap about whatever they want. Like I agree with that. That should be the case. It's just I'm very much of the aspect, I guess, that a song should still flow.
Well, that's what I mean by them being limited. That it ends up messing up that flow.
Yeah,
like
and
terribly.
Yeah, and so I feel like a lot of them on the features they get in and they rap something and it just doesn't go with the rest of the song. So it's very jarring and
they only have this amount and the company only paid them enough for that.
Yeah.
So make do with it, and they probably with the budget don't have a lot of revisions, and it is what it is. That's just how I view it. And it wasn't good. That's what we're saying. It was not good.
It was
like French Montana's rap was so much better in
Monster X's song.
Song than what this was. Like even Kanye West feature years and years ago was that TVXQ?
Was it?
No. Was it? It was one of those groups, but he was featured on there. JYJ. He was featured with JYJ on a song, and he was in the music video too. Kanye did so much better on that one. And French Montana. They did great on theirs, but Soulja Boy, it was like he just did something fast and sent the rap through text message. Like, it was not good. And we can't delete it on the apps, on the music apps. If you want to listen to the good track, you have to go to YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the disappointing part. But I will say, after listening to it so long and so many times, I have gotten used to the Soulja Boy version. Ugh. It's kind of easy now to just like block out his verse and appreciate the rest of the song. Well, because I like the freaking song and like I want to listen to it in my car, but I can't play YouTube in my car and also lock my phone, and so it kills my battery.
I have another song that I listen to. It's not K-pop, but it features like 2 rappers on it. And that last rapper, he destroyed the entire song for me. So every time I listen to it, I immediately skip after that
a certain number.
So like I would do the same thing with Soulja Boy. It really destroys a song for me.
It does. No, and it does destroy the song for me too. Like I absolutely do not like his verse. I think the song is totally fine with just B.I. and Davida. It's a great song. I really love it. It's really showcases Hanbin's ability to compose different songs, and that's something that I've always loved about him. But I can't play the YouTube version in my car when I'm driving, and so I've gotten accustomed to the Soulja Boy version, but I don't like it.
You can do a throwback and put the YouTube link in that MP3 converter.
Put it on my phone.
You can do that. I guess it only works with like Apple Music, but you could do it. I do that. Not as often anymore, but anyway, what did you think of the music video?
I liked the music video. Did you watch it finally?
Oh, I watched it.
Okay, good.
I didn't like it.
I liked it in the fact that it was just kind of nice to see him, B.I.
Oh, okay. That's all. Yeah. And that's valid because I felt like there wasn't really anything happening in this movie.
No, there wasn't. They were clearly like in some sort of post-apocalyptic sci-fi soul version of Soul, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm not a really big sci-fi fan in general, so I was just kind of disconnected from that. But like B.I., just that lip ring and the leather jacket, I was just all for it. I was like, wow, you look so good.
Well, when it comes to like post-apocalyptic things, this is my favorite take on that, like futuristic-esque. So I was excited. I was like, oh, we're gonna get like
a plot and stuff,
like a really cool plot. Bad boys meets mysterious girl going off together. No, they just kind of like hang out the entire time and look cool and then smash bottles onto their head. And that's like
It looks like
the video.
yeah, it felt like they were kind of sort of like
I
outcasts.
mean, you guys look cool.
They did look cool.
But
I just,
there was no meat
yeah,
of
no.
the music video.
The music video didn't have anything to it. I was expecting kind of a cool plot line too, especially since it did seem like I was getting the vibe that they were outcast from the city of Seoul, but nothing really happened, and I was like, oh, okay, but I still enjoyed the visuals of BI.
I will say, watch the dance performance instead.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Because it's really good.
It is so good, and to actually see more hip hop style dance, which that's what has to go with this song. Like that's what this song is. But to actually see that in like the K-pop sphere instead of the very like
you don't even get that in the hip hop.
Yeah,
really
you don't.
dance.
But like K-pop dance, as cool as a lot of K-pop dance is, it's very like precise, on point.
It's
and
so
like,
good. Watch it.
Yeah, no, you definitely have to watch it. But it was just like really awesome to see, like, because like you said, K-pop dance is like out of my, like, I wouldn't even be able to do it. But it's always just so precise, and the movements are clean and it's synchronized. This was so like smooth and fluid, and it just flowed.
Man,
and
I'm sorry, but like you're making points. It's just like I'm watching it.
I know.
And B.I. is so smooth.
He is so smooth. The way he moves, he moves like liquid.
You're so annoying.
Oh, it's so good.
Golly, I was
yeah, right?
Oh my god. You look fine when you dance. It makes it, and he makes it look. They all make it look very easy.
Yeah,
I will say that. But if they just put out this music video instead, like they just did the performance,
it would have been fine.
It would have been totally fine.
It would have been totally fine.
Y'all could have pulled a Janet Jackson. Like Janet danced in like a world like that, and it was just dancing. They could have did that. Just call me next time. Y'all are stuck on ideas. Concepts. We'll have a consultation call. It's okay.
I did think it was really cool in the performance video as well that Hanbin gave like the backup dancers, the dance crew that he worked with, he gave them their screen time. I just thought it was really interesting to like not see him the entire time and to see the people who made the choreography and put it together. Just to see them. Yeah.
But
it's so good.
They make you stay. I would say that. They make you stay through his part. So they did a great job.
It was really cool though. I love the performance video, and like I said, I loved seeing more hip hop.
Yeah,
dance.
More of that because it's good. Like y'all could do that, and it looks. I guess we can't really like complain if we're considering literally the song itself. Most of the time, they don't really have like this song is just smooth, so it really works.
It really works well, yeah, and like
hip hop dancing that they're doing.
Yeah, and like that makes sense in comparison to other K-pop, but it would just be more like it would be nice to see this kind of song and this kind of choreography in more K-pop is what it comes down to, because like I love K-pop. I love how everything is synchronized. I love the sharp and precise movements of the choreography. I love looking at stages and going, how do they do that? I would trip and smash my face in, like I would kill myself. But it was really nice to see this and more hip-hop dance and the flow of it go with the song, but just to see it in the K-pop sphere. And like I know he's not doing live stages of this, but oh my god, I would kill
Man,
he's not promoting on music shows or anything. And I would
what's wrong with you?
I know, I would like kill for that, because the way he moves,
really
the way he moves is just so good.
What? Let me talk. Let's just talk. I just want to talk.
What? But it was just really, really cool to see this genre of dance in K-pop.
Oh my god.
And like I would love to see more of this genre of dance in K-pop, but also there's like a part of me that's just like, can they move like BI though? Because he literally Just he was
They
like,
can do it if he literally gets the same dancers.
that's true.
But like, oh my god,
Yeah,
why would you not?
he's not
I'm
promoting
so mad
it.
at him. I don't know a lot about Bi, but that just made me mad.
Yeah, he's not promoting it. And I mean, I get it. There's a lot to do because he's like, it's him and like 5 other people in his company right now. And
And okay, fine.
so I get it. There's probably just a lot to prepare for, but it's also one of those things where I'm like, you're back. You need to promote on music shows.
You
Like,
should
do
just done it one
it.
time. You should have just done it one time.
So I love this song though. Not the Soldier Boy version, but I love this song. I'm so excited for the next music that he puts out. Like I was really
I'm
glad
ready for that
when
album if
he
it sounds
came.
like that.
Yeah, right? He came back like a year ago though with
Hmm.
and I was so happy he was back, but like this just made me excited for everything that's to come for him.
Man, please just release the album if it's like this. If it's like this vibe, put it out. And
It's
and do another like video of y'all dancing. Like that's crazy. I'm gonna let it go. All right, next.
next.
Just next.
Just next. So the next bit that we had on the list was just a bit of trending news without a comeback for me.
Hmm.
And I thought it was pretty significant to talk about. K-pop star Holland, who he's kind of popular, kind of indie. It just really depends on like what part of the K-pop sphere you're in. He is publicly gay though. Like he has a boyfriend and everything, and that's
What?
still considered taboo in Korea, as a lot of people know. He unfortunately suffered a hate crime though while he was walking in Itaewon with a friend and his manager. And a guy, I don't know if he was drunk or what, but he was an older man. He came up and like smashed a bottle against Holland's like head or face or something. I think his manager blocked some of it though because he got scratched up on his face, but I don't know the whole story. But this guy like basically came up to him, called him a dirty gay, and like his manager tried to hold him off, but he still got the bottle. I think it was a bottle.
Get that money.
I don't know if there was anything money wise involved, like a lawsuit or anything, but the
Get
irony
that
of it
money.
is the guy ran off.
Wow. Of
He
course
ran
he
off
would.
after it happened. They reported the crime, and as they were reporting the crime, the dude got arrested for something else. I forget what it was,
Oh, so
but
he just sounds like he has issues.
well, and also karma caught up to him really quickly.
Yeah, but it sounds like he got issues of like you just committed a crime and then you committed something else like
It was obstructing
after that one happened.
obstructing traffic. So while they
Oh,
were reporting the incident to the police because Holland was like injured on his face, the guy who had run away at the time was taken to the same police station
hey,
and
that's the guy. That's what they call him.
and he was arrested for obstructing traffic. So, like I said, karma caught up to him very quickly. But it's just one of those things where I don't know, it sucked,
Well,
obviously. But it was trending and he like did a whole interview with Billboard about what happened and
man, how long ago did this happen?
Beginning of May, around.
I was about to say you should have been like happy pride or
Oh,
something like
no,
that.
unfortunately not. Although, wow, this episode's going to be released in the midst of. Oops.
Happy Pride Month.
I don't know if this is happy though, but the really
No, but
sad.
I'm saying like his like
Yeah,
getting
I
the
know.
karma,
Yeah, the
but
karma, but it didn't
like
happen
that's what
during
I
that
would.
time.
Yeah, that would have been like perfect.
The really sad part about all of this though is and I feel like it's more the K-netizen side of things and not the international. Instead
Hmm.
of getting like words of comfort of like, oh my god, that happened to you, I'm so sorry, a lot of people left him hate comments and malicious
Oh, they
comments
were just like,
after
well,
the
why were you
attack.
out openly gay in the first place?
Yeah. And so
God.
I know it's the culture, but it just is one of those things where I'm like, why does it matter?
Like the literal gap in progression of like society norms it's always going to be insane to me when you compare it to like the US.
Yeah.
We still have a long way to go, but they're definitely like they still got some time. Like
They still have a
they
lot.
still got a lot, especially if you still have people acting like that. But it just fucking sucks. They're like literally behind on not only homophobia but literally everything.
Yeah.
And for people to just to run up to you and
When
like
you're walking.
assault you like that. Wow. I hope that just doesn't. I hope he heals from it, because I know like mentally that's just a lot, and you probably don't even want to go out anymore after that.
It seems like he's doing okay just from the interview that he gave to Billboard.
Mm-hmm.
Basically the message at the end of it was just to stay strong, and he's glad that it happened to him and not somebody else because
Mm-hmm.
he feels like he's able to handle it a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
He said that more than the incident happening upsetting him, it was the fact that people left
Yeah,
the malicious
reacted
comments,
that
yeah,
way.
reacted that way. He said that that was more hurtful and mentally destroying
That's
than
crazy.
the fact that that attack happened to him. And I definitely can see where he comes from with that. Like,
Yeah, because you would at least think the internet is over the internet. People are more progressive and
yeah,
just okay with sexuality, but then they're just on there. You shouldn't have done it anyway if you aren't gay. Like that's
a
ugh,
ridiculous mindset. A very
it is
ridiculous
very
mindset.
ridiculous.
Ah.
Holland, I don't know. I don't know anything, but I would have got that money. Would have got the money.
Yeah. Well, that was just a bit of trending news that I thought it trended enough that I was like, maybe we should just talk about the news with no comeback. But I hope he releases something soon.
I hope you release something that's good and gay.
All of his music videos have been good and gay, so I tell
Make
you,
it gayer.
make it gayer. You should definitely go watch his stuff. I'm not like super into his music, but him as a person, he just seems very down to earth and very sweet. He's done some videos with JRE, and I just have very much enjoyed like watching his content.
Mm.
His music's a little bit slower for me, but I still recommend that if you want something good and gay, go watch his stuff. He's
I'll watch it.
he's very public and very proud, and that makes me proud of him.
What song? Do you have a song?
I really
I'm
liked
just, I can't just
Nar.
look up Holland.
You can just look up Holland.
Okay. Neverland. Oh, okay, that's cute.
Neverland's older. That one's good.
4 years
Loved
ago.
You Better, I think, came out most recently.
2 years ago.
Nar underscore C. I don't know how you actually say it, but it's like Nar C is one that I specifically remember as being good.
Updated a year ago.
Yeah, he hasn't put out music for a while.
Holland. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'll watch his stuff.
Okay, good. Well, are you ready to move on?
Yeah, what's this group? How do you say that?
I'm pretty sure it's just AB6.
Oh, okay.
I don't think there's anything. And when I say I'm pretty sure is because like I liked them and I listened to their music and I follow them, but I also never say their name in the fear that I'm gonna say it wrong. But
I mean, that's what it looks like. It's pronounced in
yeah,
the Korean
AB6.
characters.
Oh, you looked up.
No,
Okay.
like
Some of
you know
us,
how you look them up on YouTube.
I know
and...
some of us can't be that intuitive. Okay, I'm sorry.
But I'm saying like.
I
if you know at least the characters,
I know, but
I'm person learning Korean. It really helps.
I know, but I'm saying that I never thought to look at the Hangul. Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that's very smart of you. I'm not that intuitive.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Okay.
I thought you've always done that.
No.
You out here reading? What are you out here reading? Just the English?
No. I see the stylized English version of their name though more than I do the Korean version, so
I look at the English name, but I literally read the Korean to make sure I'm pronouncing it right.
For K-pop groups I don't do that, but I should.
Why do you not do
I don't know. And it's funny because I like read things in Korean and I like quiz myself all the time and I'm like, oh my god, I got it right. But no, not
I'm
for
not
K-pop
saying
groups.
anything else.
Okay, their comeback for May was called
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Did you think it was unbelievable, or are you saying that about me?
I'm talking about you.
But we're talking about AB6 right now.
Okay, that's actually believable because it actually happened.
It did on May 18th, to be exact,
with over 1 million views.
Indeed, yes.
Wow.
I don't really have much to say about the music video. Nothing really like stood out to me. There was some cool like editing aspect. Yeah, the suits, I was gonna say I did enjoy the styling because it looked like a mix of suits and like tech wear, and that was really interesting. But the main reason that I put this song on the list is because for the start of the song, I thought I wasn't gonna like it. I was just like, this sounds kind of slow. It's not really picking up. I'm not sure what to think of it. And then I think just before the chorus, it did like a rap or something, I believe, and it started to pick up, and I was like, oh, okay. And then all of a sudden, right before the chorus, you get a high note from one of the members,
Mhm.
and then there's like an anti drop where you think the high note is leading into something like really powerful, really upbeat, like what's gonna happen, and then all of a sudden the chorus just kind of is like very
It's
mellow.
not a big drop.
Yeah, it's not a big drop.
It's
It's
what she
very
said is an
subtle.
anti-drop.
Yeah, it's very mellow though for a chorus, and I was just like, "Whoa!" Because I had all of this build up after thinking like, "Oh, I'm not sure," the first few minutes, and then all of a sudden I had all this build up, and then it just kind of was like, "Here's the chorus," and I was like, "Whoa, this isn't what I was expecting. This is kind of cool." And so that's my opinion of the song. I really just like the anti drop in this song. Like I can't say overall the song is something that I listen to a lot and that it's something that I'm just like, "Oh yeah, savior." But the anti drop in this song, that was just so unexpected and I just really like it.
I'm glad you really like
Thank you.
it. I did think the anti-drop was really cool, but it's not a song for me. I just wasn't into the song, but I enjoyed the video. They looked really nice and they danced really well.
And you like suits.
I do like suits. And everyone seems to be using the same type of font feel.
I know.
That's what I can say as a
Yeah.
designer, is that everyone's into this font or like this type of serif font. And that's fine. I like it. It's my favorite as well.
It is definitely trending though.
Very much trending. I feel like we just saw it like 3 different times. But I don't have much to say about this just because I wasn't really into it.
That's fair.
But
I didn't have a lot to say either. Like the music video wasn't anything to me that was super special. They all looked good, obviously. I liked the mix of the suits and the tech wear, but it was just really them dancing and them shots of them looking cool. The anti drop, I thought that was just so different for any of the K-pop releases done lately because everything, especially with fourth generation idols, everything is just really like focused on that loud noise music and that era of music. And like obviously in comparison to you, a lot of that is my style of music. Like I like the upbeat, noisy stuff. But it was very interesting to see that this was like not that. And then they did all of that build up before the chorus and then all of a sudden it just kind of it didn't even fall off. Like it went together really well. It was just not what I was expecting. And so that portion of the song just stood out to me very much for that reason. But otherwise, not much to say either. I just thought the anti drop was very interesting and very discussion worthy because, like I said, I wasn't expecting it.
hopefully we get more because I do like that.
Yeah, and it was a cool concept too to do that. So it would be cool to see it in other songs. And I feel like in this song, even though the song isn't for us, I do think they did it really well in this song. Like it was done correctly in a way that for me, obviously, there was a bit of a shock factor. I was like, oh, it's coming. And then all of a sudden they were like, this is the chorus. And it was really mellow.
Bring
and I
it
was
back.
like,
It used to be a
whoa.
thing.
Yeah. It did. Yeah, it did. I don't know why it stopped, but it would be interesting to see it more again.
I mean, music follows trends.
I know, but
it'll come back
someday. I hope this is the start of it coming back, though.
Okay. Okay. Well, we're going right back into chaotic sounds.
Yeah, with one of my favorite groups. I love.
Is this one of your favorite songs? Is it a really good song?
It's a really good song, but I don't know if it would be my favorite Oneus song. But
you would play it a lot.
I've been playing the album a lot. In fact,
a lot.
Watching
this, I'm like, this is so right now.
I just love them though, and how they do something different, like every single time. And yes, they did this music. I do, but to be honest, of this album that they released, I actually like one of the B-sides more than the title song. The title song was really good though. I did like it. It's very much up my alley. Very much Oneus as well. They seem to flip-flop with different kinds of just concepts that they do, and they always make it work. And so it was very fun to watch this music video and listen to the song. One of my favorite aspects of the song itself though was there was a portion during the chorus where the vocalist Soho does this, like, I can't even explain it to you. He just does something with his voice where it kind of like goes back and forth during the notes, and it just sounds really cool. And that probably made no sense because I don't know how to describe it. During the 2 minute and like 6 mark, he just does something where his like voice goes a little bit higher and then lower, and it just sounds really good.
But he sings a high note and then goes to the low note
I
instead of
wouldn't
going
even
from the low note to the high note.
I wouldn't even say it's a high note, but his voice just gets higher and then he goes down to a lower note.
Yeah. So instead of what you typically hear in music where they have their standard note and then they go for that high note, they just go to a lower tone. And that I don't know his voice, I don't know his range, but that usually happens when people can't hit high notes. So instead of not, if you're not able to hit a high note, you can hit a lower note and it sounds really good because it's not what you're even expecting.
Okay.
But it adds, I don't know, it adds a nice depth.
That's what I felt for this, is the depth of it, really. I don't know. He's done high notes before. Kyunhee is the one that does like the high notes though, but his like he has a fairly high range. I wouldn't say that he's like limited. I just thought it was very interesting to hear like a reverse of like he started higher and then went lower. And for because he was, I think it was the Machima part of the song that he was singing. Just with that word specifically too, it sounded really good.
Yeah, I love it when I think you hear that more in R&B. You hear a lot of different ranges like that. So like I love it that is when anytime an artist just does a lower note, like they do the runs of their vocals, and instead of like going up and showcasing how high they can go, they just shift it down, and it really just grabs your attention again, because that's just not as typical as you would do.
Yeah. No, and that's what it did in this song, is it grabbed my attention because it wasn't typical, and I was like, oh, this is a different like.
So I get why you like it. I like that part too. I wish there was like, I want more. That's in my ear. I want
more of that.
Put more of it, because it's so good.
It is so good. This was very much a me song. I don't have anything much else to add. I just really wanted to talk about that one portion though, because that part of the song stuck out to me the most.
Well, if you guys know this is a her song, it's not a me song. It was very, I don't like songs that are this chaotic. Like that was very chaotic to me.
Do you think this was more chaotic though than No Diggity? Because you've liked No Diggity, but you didn't like this.
I just don't like this part.
We'll have to do a comparison between the two songs.
I don't like
like in the future.
Because once it hits to that minute mark where they do that break, the fast break or whatever.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
First of all, I just don't even think I like the horn, because whenever they use any group, whenever they use a horn like that, or that, I don't know what it's called, I don't like that sound.
That's fair.
So I think that adds to me not liking it, but it's just I really don't like that part. It's too fast. I sound so old. It is too fast. They're driving way too fast, and they're crazy out here. They're not using their blinkers. They missed 3 exits, and I'm concerned. That's how it sounds like I'm complaining, but I don't. I'm trying to convey to you guys, since you can't visually see it, that's how I'm trying to explain it. I don't like that. It does that. And for you to ask me, do I like it or hate it more than No Diggity? I can't even remember No Diggity because I just didn't like it. So I'm not.
No, but I'm pretty sure you did like it.
I did, yeah, but I would have to listen to it.
We'll do a comparison in the future, because now I'm curious. I thought No Diggity was way more chaotic than this, but
I really feel like this is more chaotic. Like there's a lot of sounds happening here.
Interesting.
And then it just goes back to the calm.
It's like you turned on a blender and then it's over.
I think it really is that horn noise that really turns me off. I think that's what it is. Because it's not a bad song. I think it's literally the horn where I'm not interested. Like that, I don't know. I don't know if that like something happened in my childhood where I heard the sound
a horn and you're just like, no.
I blocked it off from ever remembering it again, but the sound really just gets to me. But I don't know. We are gonna have to pull together a list of the songs that have this energy, And we're gonna have to go through it
and
I'm gonna have
compare, yeah,
to.
especially for at least Oneus. I'm curious about those two because, like I said, I thought No Diggity was way more chaotic than
But
this,
I want to
but
look up No Diggity to be sure, just to get like a hint. Dang, well, I did like No Diggity. I remember
yeah,
this.
you did. That's why I'm like, huh, interesting.
No, I did like this. I disagree with you saying it's
Well, we'll
more
compare them.
chaotic.
We'll compare them
It's
in the future.
yeah, because it's not to me.
That is interesting to me. We'll have to do a
I just don't know
comparison.
what you're hearing in this one that makes you feel like it's more. I will okay with No Diggity is that I feel like the transition to the more upbeat part is a lot more smooth than the other one.
Okay.
Anyway, like you said, we're just gonna have to do a
Comparison in the future. Yes.
deep dive
A deep
into tracks Lacey does not like.
dive.
And I guess I'm just gonna have to write paragraphs as to my reasoning. Because I just feel like at this rate that we're going, if we're ever gonna interview groups, they're gonna be like, so what do you mean by not liking Bring It On? And I'm not gonna be prepared for that. And you're not gonna help. You're just gonna be like, yeah, what did you mean by that? I'm just gonna be like,
me switching to their side of the room. What did you mean by that, Lacey?
let's go into our sponsor. How about that? Let's just go into that. And they're gonna hate me. All these groups are gonna hate me because I don't like their songs. And I'm sorry. Okay?
It's okay.
Sorry.
It's okay.
No, it's not. They're gonna come for me.
They're gonna come for me.
They are. I really feel like that's gonna happen. So you don't like this track, so you don't like us?
Yeah.
That's what it's gonna be. We're gonna have somebody that does that, and I'm not gonna know what to do.
She's just gonna shut down for that.
I am. I'm just gonna stare, and I don't know.
Well, let us move on to something that you did like then.
I did like this.
You did. It was GOT7's Na Na Na, and it was their first comeback since their first comeback is a return of GOT7 after leaving JYP. Yay!
And it's good. Not to say like they're not. Whenever you leave a group or like a
really big company,
big company, and you go somewhere else, it's just like, oh my god, I hope y'all keep like your sound, or you don't change too much. You can change, but like I just hope you get the same amount of like quality in your videos.
And they did with this.
They definitely
did. And I know JB put a lot of work and effort into like getting the trademark for GOT7 from JYP. Mm-hmm. He did so much with the production, and like a lot of work went into this comeback, and to see that it came out at such a high quality like this, despite probably a lot of shortcomings with just having to do this on their own, it's really just like amazing to see that this is what came out of it, and I'm so proud of them for it.
Me too. I'm so proud.
I am too.
And watching this made me think back to when they first came out, and just
it had like that just
God,
youthfulness and cheeriness to it as they first debuted. Like, to me, watching this, because of how youthful and like cheery and upbeat it was, and how just like it's a very like calm song.
It's a chill song.
A mellow chill song that you can listen to. It was just really, it felt like a re-debut for me, because they kind of channeled that older energy that they had with when they debuted, because like all of them in this music video were full of smiles. They looked like they were having fun, and it was just really nice to see them happy in this. Mm-hmm. And it just made me very like proud and emotional.
This is why I stand.
Yeah.
When I watched it, I was like, this is why GOT7 is GOT7, and I will always stand. Like, and just reminiscing to when they first did a comeback, because I immediately thought about it when I saw Bam Bam. I was like, oh my gosh, he's just really grown.
Oh, I know.
I remember when his face was just
a baby.
He had the most pinchable cheeks, and he was such a baby. He was the baby. Like, he was a baby, like little baby. And he's not a baby anymore.
I know.
And they're all they're great.
They are.
You guys are amazing.
They are. And they did great. The song was really good. Like I said, it's really mellow. It's not something that I'm like, I don't like it, but it's very mellow. I have to be in a mood to listen to it.
That's fair.
But it is
And it
definitely like a good background noise song. Like if I'm trying to focus on something, this is something that I would put on and play because there's nothing to really jar me out of it. It's mellow,
see,
easy to listen to, easy on the ears. They all sound
yeah,
wonderful. The
I love
visuals
this
were
song.
pretty. I do too. Like I said, I have to be in a mood to listen to it, but I do love the song. And they're
But it
all
shows like how different our tastes are.
it
I will play this song. I'm playing the song. I
I
love the what do you like? That's not a good way to describe it. It's like iridescent feeling. Like it's not
yeah,
a feeling.
like
Iridescent is
airy.
not a
It's
feeling.
kind of like airy.
Yes, I feel like I could do the dance as well.
I'd
I'm not gonna try,
I'd still probably trip and fall, but
but I feel like I could do it.
I also love one thing too, and like I knew they'd be able to accomplish this, but it's just so interesting. They've all put out singles as solo works so far. And it's so very interesting to see how, despite how different all of them have been with their music tastes and their solo work, how they all still come together
Right.
as GOT7 and they make this
Mm-hmm.
song that is like it still sounds like GOT7.
Mm-hmm.
Like all of the past GOT7 concepts that they've done, it doesn't seem any different than past GOT7. It's like GOT7. And it just, to me, listening to it and knowing like what kind of solo work they've put out in the last year since leaving JYP, it was very just cool and interesting to see like how different their song and music styles are and like what they're interested in putting out and how they can still come together as one and put out a work that
Mm-hmm.
has GOT7. That was just very interesting to like listen to the song and think about that, like think about what Jackson's been doing, think about what Yeon's been doing, and just be like, whoa, and they can still be this.
It's just so nice.
It
And
is.
whatever like JB's part
Was the best.
it
I loved his part.
I don't know what he did with his lines, but it was good. I don't know if you heard me when I was watching it.
You
I was
were,
like, that was
you
nice.
were like that was, and he looked
And
so
I wasn't
good.
even I wasn't even like being biased about it. I was like, that was nice. Like
He
I was
sounded
holding back the entire time. Like I really like this song. and then he finished his. I'm like, I like it. I like it. I like the song.
He
I love the video.
Yes, he
Great, having a great time.
sounded really great. He looked really great
So
too.
good. They all sound great. They all sound great.
But JB, and we're both JB biased, so
But like, man, I don't know. You put something in that part.
he
And
really
it was,
did. He just sounded so smooth, and then the way
it was very smooth.
and then
I think that's what it was.
and the way he looked up at the camera, I was like,
they just know they're all fine because they just all know because Mark know he's cute.
Oh, that was another thing.
Mark know he's fine.
Well, not about Mark.
He's been in Cali for too long.
I've been in Cali. Not even about that though. One thing too about them leaving JYP and me being like so happy about it is Mark got lines this song. That is the most I've ever heard his voice since probably debut. Like when he had a whole solid amount of what he was doing.
It sounded good.
And it did.
It sounded good.
And the peacock, I don't know, him and the peacock, I was just like, I don't know what's going on here.
I saw the peacock, I was like, y'all got a peacock?
Yeah, right? Where'd you get the peacock from?
Like, is this CGI? It wasn't. That was real. It was in the same room. I didn't believe it.
I was so happy though to hear him have like a significant amount, because a lot of complaints about GOT7 over the years with JYP was the fact that they weren't getting the right promotion, they weren't getting the right marketing. JYP would kind of like have a comeback for them and then be like, okay, you guys are on your own, that's it, and not do anything else. And then obviously there's a lot of question about like treatment and that sort of thing.
Crazy.
Yeah, and it's crazy to hear that from JYP, but like you could see the difference in GOT7 versus like their newer groups.
Yeah, but not even that, but I feel like during that time, I really felt like GOT7 had one of the strongest concepts of the group, because when their teasers came out and they did the concept of like you were on a date with them, that was so different. Do you remember that?
I do, yes.
Like that was so cute and different to me. I was like, wow, that made y'all really stand out. And I think that was during the same time with like BTS, because BTS was a lot of groups were just really different. Like that was the goal, to be stand out the most, to be different. But GOT7 really just, that was so unique to me, and I loved it. I was like, oh my god, we're dating the idols. This is really cute.
But I mean, like, over the years, like,
But yeah, I know what you're talking
you
about. Like
could
over the years,
see the shift.
you could see it didn't hold. Like how, like you work that hard, debut, and then you just don't give all that attention.
There was just a shift from the company side of things, and like you could see it as the years went on, which is weird because, like you said, they had such a strong debut. I felt like
they weren't. It wasn't trash.
No, and then JJ Project, they had
That was real good.
I will never forget that summer and that song. That was so much fun. But it's just one of those things of like they had that pre-debut exposure as well, so people were anticipating them. And to see the way that it was just kind of like, okay, they debuted, they've been around the song, and the company side of things just kind of shifted, like, no, we don't really have to worry about them anymore. It just sucked to watch it as a fan who loves them. But I'm happy. I'm happy that they're out. I'm happy they're doing their own thing, and I'm happy, beyond happy, that they can still come together as GOT7 and put something out like this. That is just makes me happy and beautiful. Beautiful. And they look beautiful. I'm very happy.
I love that for y'all. I'm adding their album right now before I forget.
I have to catch up on actual album listening. I'm caught up on music videos, but not albums. So theirs is on my list towards the top of like, you need to listen to this.
Well, next group.
You actually, I'm surprised that you, amidst our tech issues that we were having, we're going to add this to the list.
What was 17? I was like, I know this. This sounds really familiar. I know this group.
Yeah, but I mean,
they just put something out.
You know them, but that doesn't mean you always liked their stuff.
But like, I'm just because, here's the thing. It's what I said before. If you haven't noticed already, there are a lot of there's a lot of songs I don't like, or I'm just not into to the extent like Reina is. But that doesn't mean I'm less interested in the group, especially when a lot of these groups are super popular. So I'm not gonna just.
Well, that's also something we've talked about kind of in like this on the same note, but not really. We've talked about before about like being a fan of the group, but not really their music. Like the group can have just a great lineup and a lot of great people, and us not be like a super fan of their music. Like earlier, I literally was like, I don't really like Holland's music. It's not my taste, but I like Holland.
But I think just the way K-pop music is right now is just not for me in general.
This is true.
But yeah. I still really like K-pop. So I'm still going to have a good time is what I'm trying to say. And I'm not going to, like, me not liking tracks doesn't mean I don't like a group, or I'm going to look at them differently because I'm not 5. I guess I like used to think like that when I was younger, but I'm just here for a good time. And if I'm here to watch the music videos, and if I happen to like the song, best believe I'm going to the album. But even if I don't like the song, I'll listen to the album. I've done that plenty of times.
I do that too, because I like B-sides usually more than the title songs.
Because I'm like, there's gotta be at least one song.
Well, what did you think about the song in this video, since you were gonna add it?
I don't hate, it's the same thing. I don't hate the song, but it's the thing I would play. The music video is really good.
The music video is so much fun.
It is so good. Like that was very fun to watch. Listen, the blood wiping off the face really caught me off guard. I was like, what? We're supposed to show that? Wipe blood off her face?
I was more concerned with the knives and like Ming Hao, the 8, like laying on whatever that was with the knives and everything. I was like, what is going on here?
I just saw blood and I was like, oh. I mean, my mind was like, a lot is happening in this video. So my mind was all over the place. Who has the yellow hair?
Yellow hair. Long hair. Woozy has the yellow hair.
Okay, so when I first saw him, because he colored his brows too.
Yeah, I hate when they.
I was like, I don't know if this is a good look. I think you should have kept it dark. But then they did another shot of him, like up close, where he looked. It was like slicked back. He looked really good. I was like, you know what? I'm eating my words.
Meanwhile, at the 58-second mark, when it shows S. Coops with his long hair and the cowboy hat, when I saw the music video teaser, he's my bias. I was like, I'm not not sure about this. And then it got to the part where like he did the first chorus. I was losing my mind. I was like, oh my god, I did not sign up for this.
They all looked hot.
They did. The
I like the
styling,
music video title. Oh my god.
the styling of this video though was just the stylists outdid themselves.
They really did. They had a lot of
Even
fun.
S Coops with the long hair, I was just like, whoa, they looked great. And I
That
did,
looked really good.
I know the song isn't your, like, in your sphere. I obviously liked it, but I did think that the chorus, the hot, hot, hot part, and just the tone of voice that they did it in was very catchy. Like, it sticks with you. Even if you don't want it to stick with you, you'll think about it. And, like, I liked the song, so I don't mind, but
that doesn't stick. Those dance moves will.
Yeah, their choreography never fails.
Like, oh my god.
Their choreography never fails to amaze me. Like literally every single time they release something.
Yeah, that's really cool.
They always outdo themselves. This is a group where we were talking about how it was cool to see like more hip hop style dance in K-pop.
Yeah.
This is a group though that I don't mind the 100% synchronization. Like they are always in sync. I remember watching a dance practice music video for one of their songs once and just being like, how did they move as one single unit like that? I'm always amazed by them and their dancing.
They're so cool.
They are.
I'm just watching it again. I'm just like, God.
I'm watching it again too, and the blood, that was S Coops too. I realized that you were talking about. I was like, what the heck is a lot of this music video, they were just, as you said, no pun intended on the title, they were very hot, and so I feel like this is
who I'm sorry, I'm just cutting you off because I'm excited. Who is dude with the red hair and the sheer top?
Red hair?
They knew what they were doing. 2 minutes.
Ming Hao.
That's moment?
That's the one. That's the one with the knives that I told you. I was like, what?
When they got here though, when they got to 2 minutes and 8 seconds, when he did that move, I was like, oh my god, 2 minutes and 8 seconds. I was like, oh my god, it is hot. Like man, y'all knew what you're doing. I was like, should I be watching this?
Right? A lot. Well, that's why I was gonna say before you started freaking out. I feel like I dissociated a lot of the music video because they just looked so good that I'm like,
oh my god,
I don't remember a lot of this.
Like, I like the song for that. They just look really good. I really like that sheer top though. I would like it.
They do look really good, and geez, a lot of them just like you said, it's like, should I be watching this? Because some of the stuff that they do, I'm just like the blood, and then Vernon had a bullet in his mouth that was smoking, and it looked like a cigarette.
I know. When that first popped up, I was like, is he smoking?
Yeah, right? I was like, is he smoking? And then the way
I was like, please show it again throughout this video so I can figure it out.
When he looked up at the camera, though, when he did that, I was like, okay.
I was like, okay, it's not a vape. All right. The bullet in your mouth that you caught, apparently.
The choreography, though, too, especially for the chorus with the hot part,
that part is great.
I feel it is great, and I feel like it's very easy to just. I could do that.
I can't do that.
I could probably do that. I could probably do that. I probably couldn't make it look as good as them, but
but it's like you said, the choreography to it, like throughout the whole video, is really
it just fits with everything. Good. It all goes together really well.
I also like the gun fingers that they do.
Yeah.
How they I don't know how to describe dance, but they like do the transition with their arm and it turns into the gun.
Yeah.
That is cool too. I like that part as well. I just really like the video, obviously.
The video is and I liked the editing of the video too. They kind of made it like cartoony action film with just the way they transitioned things. Yeah, and it was really fun to watch.
Great job.
It was a great job. A very great job.
Obviously, because we're just like, oh my
God, we just like we have nothing dynamic to add to this conversation. We're just like, oh my god.
Did you see that? That was it's just good, okay?
It is really good, and you guys need to watch it if you haven't. I hope you have.
Yeah, out of this whole list, Like, if there's one that you would have to watch, it would
Just
be
for the
17
music
Hot.
video, it would be 17s. Yep. Okay, ready to move on? This episode is getting pretty long.
I guess. I mean, this is gonna be.
Are we ready to move on from 17?
Yeah, I think it's time.
Next on the list is Victon with Stupid O'Clock. And Lacey started watching this music video and scared the crap out of me because she goes, "Is that a black person?"
Why are you scared? Okay, let me.
Well, I wasn't expecting it, and you like yelled it, and I was like, "Oh my god, what?"
Let me explain to people. I don't think people understand. Like, I don't care how. I don't know. It's still new to me or refreshing to me when I see anyone that is not Asian in any K-pop video. So when I see it, I don't realize I do. I do realize I do it. I actually do yell. I do react like that. That wasn't me being funny. So I was like, "Is that a black person?"
And I know that. Like, I understand. It just, we were both catching up on videos. And
Oh my god, it's two.
And it was literally silent. And then all of a sudden, she just yells.
It
and
might as well have been like my nieces or nephews in the video. Oh my god, they're in there. That's how hype I was. And I was like, oh my god, there's white people too. It's crazy. Look at us. That's unfortunately my reaction every time. I did that with Boas. I was like, oh my. That's my reaction every time. I'm shocked. Oh my god, did you guys see? Do y'all see that? People that aren't Asian in there. Look at that. Like, it's just so new. It's new to me. It's exciting to me. Anyway, there's black people in there if you guys want to watch the video. It's not just one. And there's actually white people in there too. So that's all I can see. I'm actually watching it.
That's all you should see. Well, all I could see was at the 58-second mark, Byung-chan's tattoos and his fucking bicep. Yes, we do. He was like leaning over the bed and like gripping his bicep, and he looked like he was in pain. And I was like, "What is going on here?"
I mean,
it was hot.
What's happening in this video?
Not like 17 level hot, but it was hot.
Oh no, it was definitely hot. They are hot.
They are. They looked good in this music video too. And I loved the video in the sense that every K-pop heist thing that seems to be happening is always like secret, hush, hush, like we can't get caught. But then no, they were just like, we're gonna let everyone in this building know that we are stealing things.
Who's the guy with the pink hair?
Hanse.
Hanse got drunk.
Yeah, just like drops the wine glass.
It's no secret anymore. We're robbing the place.
Yeah.
So, and I guess nobody in the heist group cared. They're a fine. But I mean, you get drunk for heists? Don't you think? I mean, I guess it worked. I actually don't know how it ended, to be honest.
I don't know what happened. I'm assuming they got out.
I guess they got what they needed. But why is he in pain? What's up with that? Is he a vampire? Is the cure an art piece?
I love too how
I'm silent because I'm trying to figure it out.
I love just the whole aspect of this heist happening, and literally their give no cares attitude. They don't care. Like Hanse with the gun, he just looked at it at one point and he tossed it away and he was like, "Yeah, this doesn't work anymore, or whatever." And they just don't.
It gives I'm too cool for this.
I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if they accomplished what they wanted to, but they were too cool. Like they were very.
I like the song too.
I love the song.
When you said I've been playing the song over and over, you don't say like that, but I've been playing the song over and over again, and I was like, man, I hope I like it.
I know I said that, and I was like, oh no, what if I hyped it up too much? There's just something in the background music though that's just really catchy, and
it's I'm not doing this. It's when they hit the high notes, like
yeah, and how it matches with the beat in the back.
That's really nice.
Like it just goes together. I will say one thing too. As much as I love Victon overall as a group, Hanse has a very distinct voice, and for many of their past songs, his rap has always kind of felt disjointed for me personally, and like pulled me out of the song a lot of times. Like a lot of Victon songs, when I listen to it, it's the song and then it's Hanse's rap, and Hanse's rap is like its own thing. I don't dislike it. He just has a very distinct voice, and I do feel like for him specifically, for K-pop rappers, there is this idea of like go fast, be fast. Like his raps always just come
Mm-hmm.
out very fast, and sometimes I think that with the voice it just pulls me out of the song for a lot of songs. This though, his rap in this and the song overall, I thought flowed very nicely
Mm-hmm.
and all seemed very seamless and put together as one. So I do think that is one reason that I really, really, really liked the song, is because for once the rap didn't like pull me out as like, oh, this is the rap part. It all just went together really well.
I really liked it. I liked how when the chorus happened, the music muted out.
Yeah.
That was really nice. I liked everything about it. I liked the rap, the song, like vocals. Great. I will play this again. I'm actually adding it to my library right now. I'm doing it right now.
Nice. Well, I'm glad you liked it, especially since I was
Me
like, I've
too.
been
I was like,
listening
oh
to
my
this
god, if this is
nonstop.
anything like Oneus.
No, it wasn't. Surprisingly, which is another reason that I'm like, this is a favorite.
Interesting.
They sound so good. And
They do
like
sound really good.
the portions of the song where they have more of like a speaking verse, it's like
Mm-hmm.
with each member you can tell it's a different member each time, and I'm just like, whoa, that voice hit. Whoa, that voice hit. They just all sound
It was
really
just really
good.
nice. It makes me want to see what the out. Do they have an album? If they have an
They do
album, it
have an
makes me want
album.
to see like what the rest of it sounds like.
They do have an album. I liked the first 3 songs the best. The other 2, 3 were slower, so it was kind of like half and half for me. But the third song on the album, Ink, I actually posted this on Twitter, but everybody is debating between like Stupid O'Clock and their song Bonnie and Clyde being really good. I know for a fact you'll like Bonnie and Clyde because it's very retro-y,
There's only
but
one Bonnie and Clyde I know of, and that's my
Dean!
crush.
Right?
Oh, it's Dean. It
No!
is Dean.
Okay, I was like, Lacey!
No, it is Dean. Sorry, they're both on the same
Oh my
vibe.
goodness.
But that is the only Bonnie and Clyde.
I'm betrayed.
It's not that deep.
I know, I'm kidding. You'll like Bonnie and Clyde though. It's
Maybe if
very
Dean came out more, wouldn't have messed up like that.
You'll like Bonnie and Clyde though because it's very retro-y and it fits your style. But I
By who?
really like by Victon. It's on the album that we were talking about.
Oh, sorry.
But I really like their song Ink.
Interesting. Well, I'm gonna listen to it.
Good.
Adding
should.
it. Great job, Victon.
It was a great job. I very much enjoyed the song, and I don't know when I'm gonna take it off repeat.
Never.
Are you ready to move on to the last before this episode actually hits the 2-hour mark?
Yes, because if there's one thing that Lacey's gonna do is add in a music video that it's not Korean, it's a Japanese release.
Yeah, literally, she was like, Boa had a comeback, and I was like, what? And
it's Japanese. I'm like, but it's
and then
good.
I was like, oh, no wonder I didn't know about it. It was a Japanese comeback.
And I was like, but it's good.
It is good. I'll let you talk about it since you added it. I don't have a whole lot to say. It's very Boa. It's very mainstream, typical of her. It sounded great. She looks amazing. I don't know if I'll listen to it like again.
See, I'm adding it. Boa's been in the game for a very long time. So I was very surprised to see her put out something. That was my first thought when I saw the thumbnail.
Surprise. She puts out things very frequently.
I mean,
she's still very active in music, which is amazing. And that's why I specified, like, she looks great in this music video.
Well, for someone that's been out of the game and just seeing this, I was still very surprised. So I was like, let me watch it. And I don't know what it is about Japanese releases, but they be in their bag every time. And I don't know what the formula is in it. But it's Boa as well. She looked so good.
She does look so good.
The dancing on point. I really like
the fact
this.
that she can still dance like that too. I'm like, whoa.
I know, making it look so easy. I love the video. It was like everything I wanted for futuristic theme. And I like the song a lot. I added it.
I like the song. There was nothing that really like grabbed it for me. Or like there was no grab factor. And so I'm like, it's good. I will listen to it. I'll even tell Jeremy about it because he adores Boa. But I'm just like, it'll probably go on my playlist and I don't know if I'll seek it out.
That's how I felt too.
But if
I don't think there's anything there for me to like, but
if it comes on, I'm not gonna skip it because it's very good and it was very, I don't know, it was just very Boa. It was easy to listen to, kind of easy to nod along to.
Mm-hmm.
She looked great. It was great, which is funny because the song is called The Greatest. But like I said, there was nothing really for me to like latch on to, so I don't know if I'll seek it out.
Mm-hmm. Well, with this Greatest music video, she also released the album, and it's a lot of songs on here. But I don't know. It's just, I'm not really sure what it is about the song that makes me like it so much. I think it's just one of those things where the music video really, it helps with me loving the song even more. And that is Boa. I don't know, it's just really exciting for me to see this. I'm like, oh my gosh, I know her. But apparently this is normal for her, and I'm just asleep.
This is, yeah, she still does music very much, so
Good for her.
it is good for her, especially considering how long she's been around.
Yeah, I mean, doesn't look like anything's changed. And the futuristic vibe from this video, and then towards the end where everyone starts getting, what is it, like pixelated into whatever scenery that they're in, was really cool to me. It just gave a really classic throwback vibe with this type of music video.
Yeah.
So
it was very classic J-pop, K-pop feel.
Mm-hmm.
I can agree with that.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah. Don't have much more to add. She also added it like last minute, and I was like, what? But it was good. And yeah, that was it. That was May. This episode went really long. We apologize.
It went long because
we ranted about bullying.
Yeah.
So
don't bully.
Yeah, don't bully. That's the, what's it called? I forgot the word.
Moral
of this episode, don't bully. That was it.
Yeah.
If you made it this far, thank you for listening. If you decided to listen in chunks, because if this episode after editing turns out to really be this long, I don't blame you for that. Thank you for listening as well. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, give us any feedback, tell us what your favorite comebacks for May were, if you think we missed any.
Are you excited for anything?
Yeah, are you excited for any June comebacks? I don't actually know who's coming back at this current time.
I'm guessing BTS.
Oh, yeah. That is a thing.
And y'all didn't say anything in the chat about that. They looked so good with those teaser photos. Oh my god. I feel like this is the concept I've been waiting for. That's how I feel about it. I'm excited. That's how I felt when I looked at it.
Good. We'll have to talk about it. Thank you for listening, though. I just don't want to drag this on any longer, so we'll say bye.
Bye.